putting double 305s in the girls' bedrooms. So we got lots of window, and it's good for egress, for code. Double hung, so you can open this top sash.
Hey, if I don't want to say your ladder stuff.
And that'll let the air draw in from all the way down there, up over the loft, and out here. Okay, so here's what I'm doing today. This is like a liquid rubber foundation coating that waterproofs any penetrations through the wall. I glopped this on with just a putty knife, but since then I've gotten an actual brush that I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is trim these sleeves down to about 1 inch, like this one is. So, you know, we have room for siding or whatever, but some of these are sticking out way too far, like on the inside of the wall. These two are fine. All right. Okay, this is the liquid rubber foundation sealant that I'm using on all of foam where there are penetrations through the wall or openings for windows and doors. It's a elastomeric coating that dries like rubber for your foundation, and it's compatible with foam, so it doesn't eat the foam. Just goes on like paint, dries like the coating that is on a pair of pliers, you know, the rubber handle part. Works pretty good, I like it. Liquid rubber, good stuff. I don't really have to do this, but just in case we get some really hard wind-driven rain or anything, because it does get pretty windy up here. That's the reason I'm doing it. Gives a nice base that you can mount your doors and windows to, and you don't end up with, you know, water getting through. And then we'll mount them like you normally would with like zip tape, flashing tape, once this stuff is dry. I'm going right down to the foundation waterproof membrane here. This is a 5-inch deck stain brush. I'm putting it on pretty thick so that it gets into this seam between the buck and the block, and I'm filling pretty much everything. Goes on real easy, like a kind of a thick acrylic paint. You don't really want to use this to fill cracks. So before you do this, spray foam, let that dry, then trim it so you don't have a lot of voids that need to be filled. And there we have it. So now I just got to do that to every other window opening in the foam. Well, I got the 3 big French doors done as far as waterproofing the outside of the jambs. and decided I'm going to just take all this bracing off all these openings because we don't need it anymore. It's just kind of getting in the way, so that's what I'm doing now. Next project is to build up the door thresholds. So we're going to mix up a batch of mortar, grout, whatever you call it. Some people call it grout, just mortar. And we're going to build this up where they stopped the concrete pour in the basement form. You can see the first floor wall sits on the basement form. We spray foamed all that. I'm going to clean this all up and then build up this cavity to be level with the subfloor using mortar. And once it dries, we'll have a solid base to mount the doors into. Okay, I got the line leveled out that is level with the top of the subfloor. I'm going to screw a 2x6 to the outside here to make a bit of a form. tape the bottom. You're not supposed to tape the bottom.
We don't tape the bottom?
Huh?
You don't tape the
No,
bottom?
you don't tape the bottom.
Just the sides and the top.
Just
So
sides
the
and the
bottom
top.
got
Bottom's already taped.
tape on the inside.
Right, that lets water drain out if it gets in there.
Okay, well,
If anything was to get in there, yeah. Okay, don't do the other corner. Okay? You're gonna have to plumb, I'm gonna have you plumb it up from the outside over there. And you gotta do your other top corner, Derek. Okay, might move it? How's that? Right there, good. Okay, go ahead, you can get both sides on that if you want.
Alright, we got the bedroom windows in. Got the laundry window in. Kitchen window is in. Unfortunately, I don't have this window. It didn't show up when we got our windows. I called them and they actually have it in their warehouse, so I'm going to go get that in a couple days and then we'll do that one. But next, we're going to work on these windows and these doors.
Hey, don't let that outside rub on the scaffold board or nothing. Okay, because that'll hang right there, okay?
Okay, here we have the kitchen window, which is a double slider. These end panels slide open. And a few people were asking about installing windows into ICF openings when you're using the foam bucking. This is the Fox buck. A lot of people will use wood bucking when they're doing ICF, but this is also an option that is completely insulated, no thermal break like wood would be. It has a continuous plastic stud inside here and everywhere that it has this writing. So there's a stud in there. So you could fasten doors to the inside, windows to the outside. And then when you lay it, you cut holes so you can get your concrete up to it and consolidate it. You put the vibrator in here, bring the concrete up to here. And then when you fasten your windows to this, you use, well, we're using these little lathe screws because they have a big wide head. So you can go through the holes in the flanges of the window and just screw these directly to the buck. And screw your window to the frame. And then you cover it with your flashing tape, which we're using just regular old zip tape nice and sticky, and it works well. Now for like regular windows like these picture windows, where we're not fastening to ICF foam, we're fastening to wood, you just do those like you would a normal window, and that's we're using these roofing nails. So those are I think 1.25 inch, yeah, 1.25 inch galvanized roofing nails, and you just nail the fin to the wood and cover it with your tape like you normally would. You can caulk it if you want, and I pre-painted all of the foam, as you can see, with that liquid rubber stuff as a sort of added waterproofing measure. That's kind of it. Not too difficult for these windows. So far, no problems as far as installing. They're pretty easy. Now, we didn't overkill this install because we're gonna have porches, you know, the whole way over this. These windows will never see weather. These ones will. So we were extra careful here, obviously, but you know, that whole wall over there will have porch. So those two windows won't see any weather. Now that wall will see weather because there's no porch. But again, another reason we did 2-foot overhangs on the outside on the gable end walls to help kind of protect that gable a little bit more. But that's just a little backstory on windows and installing them. Okay, so let's talk about the actual windows that we did pick. I wanted a balance of highly efficient windows with you know, not extremely expensive. We didn't need a bunch of fancy wooden windows, so I ended up going with a good quality vinyl window, and it's made by Sprouse. They're a factory in Virginia, I believe. This is a good window with a very good Energy Star rating. So it's like it meets code in all 50 states. The U factors 0.27, solar heat gain 0.22. Very good quality window, especially for the money. These are not, I'd call these middle of the road windows in terms of cost, but I call them upper end of the quality scale for the money. So that's kind of why we chose these. The other reason we chose this manufacturer is you can get a couple different colors of the vinyl inside. You can get white, obviously, and these we got beige inside for ours, but you can get the outsides painted to match. I think you can get it in kind of whatever color you want. And so we had the outsides all coated with an oil rubbed bronze, or yeah, oil rubbed bronze color, so like a dark color. So here you can see the outside, the color. This is that oil rubbed bronze, I believe it's called. So once we trim this out, the window will kind of sort of blend in with the rest of the siding and finish cladding. So that was the reason we chose these windows. Good quality, good value, super energy efficient for the money, and color options. And we could also, you know, get the special shapes and things like that, even though unfortunately can't get them right now because the factory's closed, but that's a whole separate deal. Well, there it is. I was able to get the dining room window today, so we'll put that in here probably tomorrow. And that's going to do it for this video. Real glad to have gotten those 6 picture windows in there. And tomorrow I think we're going to finish that dining room window, as I said. And then we're going to start on the doors. That'll be the next video. Thanks for watching.